Producer Allison Abate. Started with the first question here on the left.
Hi, my question is for Mr. Burton. I'm at the very front on your left if you're trying to find it. I remember the original Frankenweenie you actually had to do on the slide. I recall maybe you got in a little trouble for doing it until they released it on video, which is where I saw it. Is this some sort of great revenge that now they're authorizing a feature film version to fully develop it?
Revenge, I don't know if it's a good word. I mean, it's a project that always meant something to me, and then with the opportunity to do it stop motion, black and white, sort of expand on it, and with other kids and other monsters, other characters, it just seemed like the right medium in the project. So, even though it's revisiting something that did a long time ago, it feels new and special.
We're going right.
Hi, Tim. I'm curious, as you started to expand the concept of the story, like, how many things were ideas that had been lingering in your head that you didn't get a chance to execute then, or occurred to you over time, and how many were just brand new as you sat down to think about this particularly?
Well, I mean, there was always characters that I had to sort of have, but sometimes you do characters you don't know what it fits into. So there was always some little characters that's kind of playing around with. Also just going back, because not only the thing with going back to school and remember some of the kids that I remember in school and some of the weird teachers and things. So it was a way to kind of, and also like growing up on those kind of universal horror films, I was also a fan of when they, do like House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, where they kind of Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, they kind of combined them together. So a lot of it had to do with those kind of things that I love.
Over here on the left.
Tim, can you describe the emotional reaction you had when you walk out on stage at Hall H and feel the love from such a large crowd? Is it something you find daunting or delightful?
Well, no, it's amazing, because I wish my family treated me that way. Walk in the door, nobody says anything, so it's nice. It's that sort of thing. No, I remember coming to this back in the late 70s when it was at the Holiday Inn, in San Diego. So it is amazing that it's turned into.
Hi, Tim. I love your work, and I wanted to know, there seems like there's an emotional connection to you to your films, as it seems like you bring back a dog of yours in almost every one of your children's films. Can you give me a little background about that? Is that true?
Well, I think, it's, when you're young, it's the first kind of pure relationship you have. You have to be lucky enough to have a pet that you love, and it's something that's connects right to your heart. And I think that's the thing, I was lucky enough to have a special pet that I had that kind of relationship with. So, the whole sort of Frankenstein element is kind of wish fulfillment in that kind of way. And I always found those movies like Frankenstein quite emotional. So it seemed like a fairly natural connection to combine the two.
Way over on the far right.
Thank you all for coming today. Don, it's great to see you working on an animated feature again. With your experience in the Disney Renaissance, what is it like for you to be working on another animated feature? But this one, it's also a stop motion animated feature, and it's also a black and white stop motion animated feature.
Yeah, I think the first black and white animated feature ever. I'm going to say that. It's great. It's an insane way to make a movie. I've never made a stop motion movie before. That's why Allison's here, because she's become the master of movies like Rose Bride and Fantastic Mr. Fox. But it's terrific. It was particularly terrific to work with him and be able to kind of support him in his storytelling, and he also becomes a magnet for talent. So for people like Rick Heinrich to join us, and John August, our writer, and kind of crew of animators to just migrate to these projects, it's really exciting as a producer to see that, because everyone wants to help tell the story and put something special on the screen. And to me, stop motion animation is extraordinary, because you see the hand of the artist, which is, as much as I love CG animation and other forms of animation, it's what I absolutely love about this art form. You can actually see and feel
Back here on the left aisle.
My question is for Tim Burton. Being, of course, Frankenweenie has a lot of horror elements, of course, the Dark Shadows has some of the vampire horror elements. Would you jump back into that genre of straight up horror, like in the vein of a Sleepy Hollow again after this?
But I think I've had enough of me for a while. After this one, I take a little bit of a rest. Like I said, for me, this one is such a special project, and so I'm just going to sort of take the time to enjoy that and try to nurture that and see it through its release.
All the way in the back.
This question is for Mr. Burton, over in the back. First off, how do you feel about your animated work, having started with Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, now going to your third movie? How do you feel that it has progressed? Second part of the question, over 2 years ago, Batman 1989, one of the first people who dug into that superhero world. How do you feel about the current state of superhero movies?
Well, I mean, it's, I recall back to when we were doing that and how worried they were all that it was too dark. And now it looks like a lighthearted romp, I mean, Batman on ice, So it's interesting because it was such a kind of a struggle to kind of get that at the time, but and animation, I do love stop motion. Yeah, these things always take time to get done. It's a rarefied medium, and people, it's kind of slightly lost art form, although there's more being done now than usually there was in the past. And there's something that's so beautiful about it, and just to be able to touch and feel the puppets and move them, it's something magical about it. You kind of wish everybody could kind of experience it, because it's hard to talk about it. It's like if you felt these things, just the intricacy of the movement and all, it's quite a beautiful art form.
Yellow shirt in the middle.
Hi, this question is for Atticus. Hi. I was wondering what's it like to work with Mr. Burton and to work in this genre with the stop motion if you play with toys now.
I think it's amazing. I absolutely love everything about it because for me it's something completely different because I do theatrical as well and I have done other just animation, but having it be a stop motion animation and also Tim Burton animation is just wonderful. And I gotta admit, I did geek out when I said I was able to work with Mr. Burton. And
Well, also it's great because he, somebody like Atticus, it's like the animators really, appreciate it because it's like they like to put the person in it, and he's great.
In the half here.
Yes, my favorite time at Disneyland is when Jack and all the Nightmare Before Christmas people take over the Haunted Mansion. And I was wondering if Disneyland is going to have any of the characters there from the movies, October, and everybody, what's your favorite ride at Disneyland?
I love Sleeping Beauty's castle. That's still there?
I think it is.
I'm a Space Mountain man myself. I think the Haunted Mansion that was such an honor because it's like I grew up with that, loving the Haunted Mansion, and so that they turned it into Nightmare stuff was a real amazing thing for me. I mean, it's like one of those weird dream come true kind of things. So that was a very special moment for me.
Right in front of you.
Hi, this question is for Mr. Burton. Considering the immense fan base present throughout all Mexico, the Tijuana film community, through the event Tijuana Innovadora, which focuses on promoting a good image of the city, has managed to gather important film figures such as Robert Redford and Robert Rodriguez as confirmed guest speakers. Now here's a question. If approached by an organizing committee in an event such as this, what would be your interest in actually partaking in an event like this?
I don't know. I mean, I've been to Mexico. I went to the Guanajuato Film Festival, which was, you ever been there? They show movies in like mummy caves, and it's amazing. So this sounds like a different kind of event. I don't know. What would I talk about?
Basically about